Hello and welcome. This is Greg French. Today we're going to be talking about installing Windows XP onto a computer that either has no working CD-ROM or you have maybe a mini laptop that has no CD-ROM at all. So how do you get Windows reinstalled onto a computer without a CD-ROM? Well, Microsoft has created a Windows setup utility that will run in DOS. The file is called WinNT, WinNT. This is the DOS setup file. There's another one called WinNT32, which you can use inside of Windows to do a Windows installation. But you can install Windows XP using DOS. Used to be, if we had a bad CD-ROM, I'd either have to put a new CD-ROM in, or I used to have to take the hard drive completely out of a computer and put the i36 folder back onto the hard drive. Now the i36 folder is located in your Windows CD installation disk, and it comprises of over 5,000 files that are used to install Windows XP. What we need to do though is get that i36 folder onto the hard drive so that we can use DOS to do a new installation. Now recently they've come up with flash drives that are bootable, and there is still a utility floating around on the internet called HP Drive Key, and this is a utility that allows flash drives to boot in DOS. So you can retrieve that utility, set up a flash drive so that it's bootable to DOS. Most computers today you can change the BIOS so that your first boot device is a flash drive. First you need to do that and make sure you have a computer that will boot to a flash drive. But once you get a flash drive set up and it's bootable, you need to copy the i36 folder from a CD installation, Windows installation disk, onto the flash drive. After you get it onto the flash drive, then you can boot the computer that doesn't have a CD-ROM to the flash drive. This is a simulation in a virtual environment that I've created. I have got my flash drive installed and it's booted. You can see I have welcomes to MS-DOS. Now to install Windows XP, type WinNT to begin. First of all, what I need to do is get that i36 folder onto the hard drive. And to do that, I'm going to use the command xcopy. Xcopy is a command you can find on your Windows 98 DOS folder, which is the command folder inside of Windows 98. I have a lot of DOS files, and xcopy is the one that I like to use because xcopy is pretty powerful. It will not only copy all the files, but it will also copy any subdirectories. Now I've got my i36 folder, not on the C, but I think it's on the E, so I'm going to go to the E drive, type dir, and you can see I've got an i36 folder here, so I'm going to go inside that i386 and take a look. I'm going to go ahead and just look at files inside here. I'm going to do a dir, list those files. You can see the files flying by. There's over 5,000 files that make up the installation. It's actually 5,709 files on this particular i36 folder. Now I'm going to take that folder and use the xcopy command again. I'm going to create a folder on my C drive to where I'm going to copy these files into it. It'll take me just a minute. Now I'm doing my copying of files from my i36 folder, created a new folder on my C drive called i36 so I can get all these files copied over to the hard drive. Once they're copied over, it's going to take a few minutes. You can see I'm only into the D's right now. It's going to take a couple minutes to get all these over. Another tip you should be aware of is there's another file called Smart Drive, SMARTDRV.exe. That's a very important file. It's a caching or a file caching program utility that will increase the speed tremendously of your file copying from one partition to another or from one drive to another. That's something else you need to ensure you've started. And that again can be found in that command folder on the Windows 98 installation. It's another DOS file. It's very important. So once this is copied over, we can go ahead and start our installation. It'll be just a minute. Okay, I've got my files copied to the hard drive. I've got a new folder called i36 on the hard drive. Now all I need to do is type WINNT. Okay, now we've got files copied over. We should be able to start our Windows installation. All you need to do is type in WINNT. That file is located inside of the i36 folder, and that's our setup file to begin. Press enter. You can see right away we got Windows XP setup. We're ready to go. Setup needs to know where the Windows XP files are located. And again, we have them here on the E drive, and it's in an i386 folder. And I've actually got that inside another i386 folder. So there are my files. Windows now can begin to install. It says please wait while setup copies the files to your hard drive. And this is going to take a few minutes. So we're going to break for a little bit until we get this set up and finished. Welcome back again. We've got XP Professional set up. We're about halfway through the installation of our XP, Windows XP on using a DOS installation. Right now it's just telling us to reboot, remove any floppy. So I'll go ahead and do that. And see how much longer we're going to run here. And we've got this excellent upgrade. And went back into the setup. And we'll take a break here and we'll turn it. We're still in the process of installing Windows XP using the DOS installation method. This is going to take a few minutes, so we're going to go ahead and end this segment for right now. Again, this is another way to install Windows XP onto your computer using DOS. This is real handy in case you don't have a CD-ROM on your computer or your CD-ROM is not operational. This is a procedure I use in my lab quite a bit. We do have CD-ROMs that fail from time to time, and instead of taking the time to pull them out and replace them, sometimes I need to get the computers back up right away, so I can use this procedure just using the flash drive and installing Windows XP. I hope this helps. Thank you very much for your time.